Good Monday afternoon, friends. I just wanted to say first off that my heart and my prayers are with the folks in Florida and parts of Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, parts of Kentucky. My goodness, the devastation from these storms is absolutely heartbreaking. I hope that you are all safe. Prayers, let's all pray for these folks who essentially have lost everything. So here at home, minor here in Southern Ohio compared to every place else in the world. We had high winds Friday that knocked out our power here at home. We had some trees down. Minor, just a blip compared to what everybody else is going through. We had a couple trees come down. We're in the woods. Not a big deal. Our electric went out Friday night here at home about 2:30 in the afternoon and came back on Saturday about 7:30 a.m. Now we did have power at the pizza shop. I was thankful for that because a lot of people did not have electric and half of the town did not have electric. So McDonald's, Burger King, Subway, that in the town, no electric. We were slammed, and I was thankful that we were able to provide people with a hot meal and a place to come and eat. And Saturday, so Friday they canceled the football game, the local football game. We were supposed to take 27 extra large to the opposing team. They had ordered them for their football players. They canceled the game until Saturday. So Brock and I went in Saturday afternoon and baked and delivered those 27 extra large pizzas. So I was grateful for that. But the electric came back on for the other businesses, but they couldn't run credit cards. Now they have Spectrum, which is a internet server here. It was down. We do not have Spectrum. We have someone else, and we got rid of them a while back because it did go down a lot. So our credit card machine was working. So once again, we were slammed again Saturday. I was thankful for the business, but it wore me out. So yesterday was honestly, truly a day of rest. I just grilled us some steaks. We had some mushrooms. I did a grocery order, and we called it a day. So today I've been getting caught up on my chores, my banking, laundry, all of that stuff that has to be done before the week starts again. So Brock told me he was hungry for some spaghetti. He can't eat pasta because he has this gluten tolerance and things. I don't really like pasta, but I do love spaghetti squash. So this is our perfect alternative. If you've never had spaghetti squash, I ask you to try it. Honestly, I prefer it over spaghetti noodles because I'm not a pasta girl. And doing low carb, I love to eat the things that the whole family enjoys. And even I, sometimes when they want a pasta, I would fix me one of these for myself because I prefer it. It's easy, it's delicious, and you don't get that bloat, that full feeling you get when you have pasta. So these are kind of hard to cut through, so I'm just want to jump on here and share with you how I do it. Put it in the microwave for about 2 minutes. Poke holes in it first, like you would a baked potato. Put it in the microwave for about 2 minutes, then take your knife and just slowly work around. Take out the seeds like you do a pumpkin. I gave them to the chickens, but they still begged for dog food. So there you have it. So I will show you what I'm going to do with these later. I'm going to cook mine in an Instant Pot. You don't have an Instant Pot, throw them in the oven, 400 degrees. For about 20-30 minutes until that flesh is soft. It scrapes up like spaghetti. Okay, I'm gonna go for now and I'll be right back. We're gonna make some homemade meat sauce and we're gonna cook our squash. I would have done this in one pot, but my shoulder and arm is still having issues with it. So this would be too heavy for me to drain the grease from the hamburger, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I'm doing it in two. So I've got my skillet going here, 2 pounds of ground beef. Now inside my Le Corset, she's a heavy girl. Okay, so I thought I bought just tomato sauce, but clearly I did not. I bought a marinara sauce. So it has everything in it. I like to make my own because I know what ingredients are and if they're clean and all this. So this has tomatoes, onions, olive oil, sugar, garlic, salt, basil, and oregano. Has everything in it that I would put in there, maybe minus the sugar, but it has just under 1 gram of sugar. So there's not a lot of sugar added to this. So we're gonna see what this looks like. Lola's snoring, of course. Sorry. And I can't seem to get this open. I'll be right back. Let me open it. Okay, so I got the scissors. I got this open. And let's pour it in. This is why I got my apron on. Splattered everywhere. It really looks fantastic. Get the other one open. Get it in. Our ground beef is almost ready. In. See if I can do it without splattering it everywhere. It's 2 boxes. These are 26-ounce boxes. There's going to be 4 of us for dinner. This is what I'm using. I want to get a spoon. I want to try it. Oh my. That needs absolutely nothing added to it. I'm not kidding. Wow. How easy was that? I don't have to add anything to it. Honestly, I may check it again after I add the ground beef, see if I need a little bit more salt or a little bit more Italian seasoning. But that is fantastic on its own. You want to check that out for an alternative. It is 4 grams of carbohydrate, 1 gram of fiber, so it is 3 grams of carbohydrates. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna finish my ground beef and I'll be right back. So we've transferred our ground beef to our Dutch oven here with the marinara sauce. I just tried it with the burger in it. It needs absolutely nothing. Listen, I am dumbfounded because I think the first time in history that I've ever had a product that I didn't have to add more seasoning to. I mean, it's fantastic. So anyway, you could use your judgment, see if you want to add anything else to it. I don't think it does. I'm gonna add some Parmesan cheese to it later. Salt's perfect, the sweetness perfect, the seasoning's perfect. I just don't think I'm gonna have to do anything. And I mean, that's fantastic. So anyway, we're gonna let this slow simmer about a 2. We're gonna eat about 5:30 when Elena gets home. And so the hard part's done, and then we'll come back and we'll do spaghetti squash. Our sauce is salsing, so now we're gonna do our spaghetti squash. I've got those 2 halves in here. 1 cup of water, the trivet, my Instant pot. In it goes. Make sure it's at sealing. I'm saying sealing, S-E-A-L-I-N-G. Oh, we're not gonna get into my accent. They give me so much grief about it. Okay, we're gonna set it for 7 minutes. Pressure cook. 7 minutes. It's gonna build up its pressure and then it's gonna cook, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do a quick release and I'll be back. 2 minutes. Our 7 minutes is up. I'm going to do a quick release. Always use the back of the spoon. And release the steam. I'll be back. So here they are out of the Instant Pot. I got my second set in. They're super hot right now. So I've got a baking pan here with some parchment paper for easy cleanup. I'm going to let them cool, but I just want to show you really quickly how easy it is to just take those strands right out. Ooh-wee, it's hot. All right, I'm gonna let it cool and I'll be right back. So super simple, I've got one. Look, you can scrape that clean, make you a bowl. You could probably serve your spaghetti in that if you wanted to, no dishes. Just take it, a fork. It's super simple, it's super easy to come out. This one's still a little warm. Just gotta work fast to spread it out. Pretty good. My hands are pretty tough. So this is pretty hot. If I say it, if I can feel it, get that on there. Now, No big deal if this is cooled down before dinner. I'll just pop it in a bowl, throw it in the microwave for a few minutes. It won't hurt it. It's not like, I mean, it could get mushy, but it's the great consistency now, so I don't think it'll hurt it at all. And you just keep scraping it out with a fork, and you get these great noodles. I love squash much, especially, let me get my tongue right here, especially with a spaghetti squash. Most squashes, if you're not familiar with them, are super mild tasting. They will take on about any flavor that you pair with them. So, why did I throw that away? I'm gonna give it to the chickens. So it is super great for spaghetti. Lost my train of thought here. I'm just gonna spread it out. Now I'm just gonna add a little bit of sea salt to it. You could totally eat it just like this. It's amazing as a side dish. I've got a little bit of garlic butter here. I'm gonna add, this was in the fridge, so it's a little bit solid. So I'm just gonna add that on there. This would be amazing with shrimp Alfredo. Make you an Alfredo sauce. It's great with spaghetti sauce, of course. I've made a potato casserole of that. And if I have any left over, that's maybe what I do tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. I'm not sure what I'll do with it, but the extras will not go to waste. I will come up with something for that. I'm adding this little bit of garlic butter. I'm going to save the other part of the garlic butter for the other squash that's coming out. Give it a little stir. Let's give it a little taste. I love it so much. So good. Like that, dance. All right, I'll see you in a little bit when we get ready to throw the whole dinner together. Before I plate up dinner, I wanted to give you some nutritional facts. So if you have someone in your life or you who need to do gluten-free or have problems processing gluten, or if you're like me who's insulin resistant and has problems with that, with my carbohydrates, because I'm diabetic, well, I'm technically pre-diabetic now, but I still need to watch my carbohydrates. This is the perfect meal for you and for someone who cannot process gluten using that spaghetti squash. So 1 cup of spaghetti squash has 31 calories. It has 7 grams of carbohydrates, 1.5 grams of fiber. So if you subtract that, it's 5.5 grams of carbohydrate for 1 cup of spaghetti squash, just by itself. So for spaghetti noodles, 1 cup of spaghetti noodles is 221 calories, 43 grams of carbohydrates, and 2.5 grams of fiber. So you subtract that, you're looking at 41 grams of carbohydrates. That's more carbohydrates than that's double the carbohydrates I eat in one day. I try to eat 20 or under grams of carbohydrates for myself. So there's just a comparison. If you can process carbohydrates, God bless you. I'm jealous of you. I wish I could, but I can't. So there is an alternative dinner. You could have that great spaghetti without the carbs and the gluten. Stay tuned. We're going to plate up dinner. Friends, here it is. The finished product. We've got that spaghetti squash. Now listen, I threw it in the oven about 275 on this baking dish to keep it warm because the boys left. We're going to give this a try. I know it's going to be delicious. I already know. So good, so versatile, so easy, so many different ways that you can do this. Hope you make it, hope you like it, and thanks for hanging out with me as always. Bye, friends.